You know what's amazing? How these woke athletes like LeBron James don't seem to give a rip about this tennis star, Chinese tennis star, who's missing. You got people like Greg Popovich, he is the coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Steve Kerr, he's the coach of the Golden State Warriors. You let some white cop shoot a black person, and they're Johnny on the spot. White coaches talking about systemic racism in America. You remember when that general manager of the Houston Rockets supported Hong Kong and criticized China for suppressing the rights of people in Hong Kong? LeBron James actually criticized the guy. His name was Daryl Morey, and said he didn't realize what he was talking about. You need to be educated, and he wasn't educated, and he spoke. There are an estimated 2 million so-called Uyghurs. These are Muslim minorities in China who are in re-education camps. We might call them concentration camps. They're being oppressed. But because of the relationship the NBA has with Nike and with China, nobody's talking about it. Nobody except for one guy. His name is Enes Kanter. He was born in Switzerland. He's of Turkish descent. And he has been speaking out against the rights of Chinese people being oppressed. Nobody else in the NBA is doing it. And he has been courageous enough to be outspoken enough. He gave an interview recently on Fox News with Brian Kilmeade.
You know, the thing is, these athletes or these organizations and these companies, when it comes to, you know, just America, they love to criticize, but when the things that they criticize affects their money or their business or their endorsement deal, they remain silent. This is being very phony. So that's why someone had to call out these organizations, these companies, and these athletes and hold them accountable.
He also had a game recently against the Lakers, and on his gym shoes, he had a picture of LeBron James kneeling before the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, talk about guts. And LeBron James was not happy, and after the end of the game, LeBron James was asked about it, and he said, well, he could have talked to me man to man. He didn't do it.
Enes Kanter has spoken out on human rights issues in China for quite some time and has been critical of NBA league partner Nike and its ties to China. Yesterday on social media, Kanter tweeted photos of the shoes he's wearing tonight, which attack LeBron James's lifetime partnership with Nike. On the shoes, he has the line "money over morals," which he directed towards James with regard to labor practices in China.
LeBron, do you have any reaction to Enes Kanter using your likeness on his shoes in his advocacy for human rights?
No, I think if you know me, I don't really give too many people my energy, and he's definitely not someone I would give my energy to. Trying to use my name to create, an opportunity for himself. Definitely won't comment too much on that, if any, and that'll be where I lay that at. He's always kind of had a word or two to say, in my direction. And as a man, if you got an issue with somebody, you really come up to him. He had his opportunity tonight. I seen him in the hallway, he walked right by me, so,
But LeBron James was not asked how he feels about the suppression of people in China. LeBron James was not asked about the disappearance of this tennis star in China. LeBron James was not asked about the 2 million Uyghurs who are in these re-education camps. He wasn't asked a question about that. He was simply asked, how do you feel about what Enes Kanter put on his tennis shoe? And the reason he was not asked this question is that they're all in bed together. All these sportscasters, all these newspapers, ESPN, NBA, and China, and Nike, they're all together. And they don't want to lose their money. Athletes don't want to lose their endorsement. So all of a sudden, these woke athletes who really care about systemic racism in America when it comes to white cops shooting black people, they don't give a damn about this. Isn't this stunning? Where are all these protesters when you need them? Where's Colin Kaepernick, who's kneeling when they play the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem? Where is he? Where are all these guys? They're phonies, selective outrage. They're hypocrites. And Enes Kanter called them out, and good for him. I'm getting sick of the news. Every day it's the left trying to make another money grab, whether it's looking at your accounts, taxing your unrealized gains. There's no shortage to their creativity when it comes to taking your hard-earned money to fund their expensive, far-reaching agenda. I've said it before, and I will say it again. You are making a mistake if you are not diversifying your savings. Hold gold in a tax-sheltered account, or just hold gold at your home in your safe. I buy mine from Birch Gold, the only company I trust, the only company I recommend. And when you text Larry to 474747 and purchase precious metals with Birch Gold by December 23, they'll send you a free gold bar for every $10,000 you purchase. With thousands of satisfied customers and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, you can trust Birch Gold to help you protect your savings. To get a no-cost, no-obligation info kit and to qualify for your free silver on every purchase by December 23, just text Larry to the number 474747. This comprehensive 20-page kit reveals how gold and silver can protect your savings and how you can hold gold and silver in a tax-sheltered account. So do it right now. Text the word Larry to 474747. That's Larry to 474747. As you know, Merrick Garland issued a memo to FBI agents telling them that they should use counterterrorism methods to track parents who are violent at school boards. He claimed that he didn't do it. He claims the FBI agents are not going to engage in that kind of thing. Really? This is from WorldNet Daily. Headline, "So it begins. FBI raids home of mom who protested school board." An FBI SWAT team raided the home of an activist mother of 4 in Colorado, knocking down her door, bursting into the house with guns, handcuffing her while she was homeschooling her children. A former FBI agent said he's never heard of anything like this regarding a non-violent alleged offender. The DOJ issued a memorandum, as I mentioned, directing federal, state, and local law enforcement to look for parents who made quote-unquote threats and made harassing phone calls, their word, to school board members nationwide. This woman, Sharana Bishop of Grand Junction, Colorado, was at home with her 3 kids, 9:30 a.m., heard someone pounding on the front door, then using a battering ram to break it down. This is a mother who's homeschooling her kids, 9 o'clock in the morning. FBI agent SWAT banging on their door, using a battering ram to break it down. She said the officers manhandled her 18-year-old daughter, pulling her up the stairs by her hoodie. Another officer put her in handcuffs and took her out of the house. They then searched the entire house. 3 of her children, ages 8, 10, and 18, were at home at the time of the raid, as was her husband, who was also handcuffed. Her 17-year-old was at his high school. Now, she's a frequent attendee at school board meetings, involved in voter integrity movement, opposes the critical race theory stuff, and she said the agents would not tell her why they were searching her home. They did leave behind documents relating to the search warrant, and they said they entered her home because she was suspected of, quote, causing intentional damage to a protected computer, wire fraud, and conspiracy to cause damage to a protected computer, end quote. She said, "I have no idea what they're talking about. I couldn't explain it. All I know is they came to my home to intimidate me, to shut me up, because I was using my First Amendment rights to advocate and to talk about what she considered to be lack of voter integrity done in the last election." This woman had her home invaded, raided by the FBI. Now, a former FBI agent said this, and I'm quoting him. His name is Brian Shepard. "I was on the FBI SWAT team for several years, and I can tell you from my experience, and I think all others of the Bureau agents here would echo what I'm going to say, we never conducted a search or conducted an arrest of someone who was not a violent offender. And the thought when I heard about what happened just outraged me so much, it just rose up inside me," end of quote. This is outrageous, absolutely outrageous. And Merrick Garland was grilled about this during a Senate hearing, and he denied that the FBI agents were in fact going to use these kinds of laws to go after parents who were, quote unquote, threatening school boards.
Let me ask you something, General Garland. In the letter, which you told the House of Representatives was the basis for this abusive memo targeting parents, how many incidents are cited in that memo?
I have to look back through the memo. I
Okay,
can't count it.
you don't know. How many of them were violent?
Again, The general report.
How many of them were violent? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know. And there's a reason you don't know. Because you didn't care, and nobody in your office cared to find out. I did a quick count just sitting here. During this hearing, I counted 20 incidents cited. Of the 20, 15 on their face are nonviolent. They involve things like insults. They involve a Nazi salute. That's one of the examples. My God, a parent did a Nazi salute at a school board because he thought the policies were oppressive. General Garland is doing a Nazi salute at an elected official. Is that protected by the First Amendment?
Yes, it is.
Okay. 15 of the 20 on the face of it are not violent. They're not threats of violence. They're parents who are unhappy.
Well, it's on. They just did. It is absolutely outrageous. Where's the ACLU when you need them?